Let's turn now to the White House, where President Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken met with several family members of Americans being held hostage by Hamas. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is at the White House, where the families were looking for answers as to what is being done to get their loved ones home.
The 2-hour meeting was the president's first face-to-face encounter with families of Americans being held hostage in Gaza.
We could have no better friend in Washington or in the White House than President Biden himself and his administration.
But little is known about the state of those still being held.
Was the president able to share anything about their condition?
We're going to keep the content of the conversation private.
The White House says there are 8 Americans still unaccounted for, including Americans still being held hostage. It is believed 135 total hostages of varying nationalities remain in Gaza. The meeting came a day after the president, for the first time publicly since the Hamas attacks, questioned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, saying he has to change as Israel's coalition government is making it difficult to establish a Palestinian state. Mr. Biden also said Israel is losing global support for its indiscriminate bombing of Gaza. Attacks deemed indiscriminate are usually considered violations of international law.
But did he misspeak yesterday when he said that Israel was carrying out indiscriminate attacks?
The president speaks and has spoken in about our concerns over civilian casualties in Gaza and about urging our Israeli counterparts to be more careful and more deliberate.
Today in Israel, Netanyahu defiantly said we are continuing until the end, adding, in the face of international pressures, nothing will stop us. In Gaza, heavy fighting continued, leading to the deaths of 10 Israeli soldiers, their highest single-day losses so far.
While the president met with families of hostages being held in Gaza, it's incredibly rare for him to ever have contact with families of the dozens of other Americans being wrongfully detained, something advocates for those being held in countries like Afghanistan, China, and Venezuela called out today. Norah.
Ed O'Keefe, thank you very much.